50 Cent says that 1090 Jake found paperwork that proves Big Meech allegedly snitched. 50 Cent posted, Tammy Cowins, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow, got that paperwork, you know the vibe.
50 Cent is on a straight-up mission to expose Big Meech. Now he's out here swearing left and right that he's got the real paperwork, claiming Meech is an official informant. But things just got even crazier. Lil Boozy couldn't keep quiet. He jumped into the mix and made it loud and clear. He's not feeling how Lil Meech is handling all this heat surrounding Big Meech.
My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like, 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to.
Boozy even flat out said if someone ever disrespected his pops the way 50 is coming for Big Meech, he would have gone off on sight. Looks like Lil Meech caught that message loud and clear. Cause instead of throwing words back at 50, Lil Meech decided to hit him where it hurts, through actions. No long posts, no angry rants. Instead, Lil Meech linked up with two of 50's biggest rivals in the game, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, you made my son $5 million. How much you made though? So you gonna stop? You gonna stop? Yeah, you made, yeah. You ain't just, yeah, come on.
Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all to understand you gotta stop making business personal.
Yeah, those two. And you already know. 50 wasn't about to stay silent on that one. He clapped right back, calling out Lil Meech, Rick Ross, and Boozy all in one shot. 50 made it loud in public that he's peeped the whole play and he's not gonna sit back and watch. But here's the real deal though. Is 50 taking it too far with all this drama? Or does he have a solid reason to feel the way he does? And what's up with that so-called paperwork he's flexing all over the place? Is it the real thing? Or is 50 just stirring the pot for the clout? Let's dive all the way in. Because this whole 50 Cent versus Big Meech beef just took a crazy sharp turn. Now 50's out here, waving papers around like it's Judgment Day, claiming he's got lockdown proof that Meech worked with the feds. Man, this whole situation is getting wilder by the minute. Just a few weeks ago, Big Meech came out swinging, shutting down all that snitch talk, swearing up and down he never folded, never told on anybody. But 50 Cent ain't letting it slide. Even with Meech standing firm on his I never snitched claim, 50 is doubling down harder than ever. He's out here saying he's holding official court records, real names, real dates, real signatures, all proving that Meech got tied up in some third-party cooperation deal with one of his old associates. This ain't just some clout chasing on the internet anymore. 50 is yelling from the rooftops that he's got receipts stacked up and he's ready to show the world.
It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, nigga, f*** you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, f*** you. Nigga. Let's go to war.
On Tuesday, February 25th, one of Big Meech's closest allies got dragged into the chaos, and you already know 50 wasted zero time blasting it all over social media. He dropped what he called receipts, posting a screenshot of a message from 1090 Jake, the YouTuber who's famous for digging up everybody's dirt when it comes to snitch paperwork. According to 50, and based on what 1090 Jake supposedly sent him, the paperwork ties Big Meech's longtime associate, Tammy Cowins, straight into a massive federal case. If these papers are even halfway legit, they're about to blow up some serious questions about how Meech's prison time magically got sliced down. In his caption, 50 made it clear as day. Tammy Cowins, the truth and nothing but the truth, coming soon. 1090. Jake got that paperwork dropping tomorrow. You know the vibe. This ain't just friendship. This was supposed to be real deal loyalty, or at least that's what everybody thought. But now the word on the street is getting real scandalous. People are saying Tammy might have been playing a double game the whole time, allegedly sliding inside info to the feds that Big Meech trusted her with, setting up major players behind the scenes, according to former BMF member Blue Da Vinci. Meech didn't just treat Tammy like family, he handed her the keys to the empire. After his 2008 arrest, he personally put her in charge of BMF Entertainment, giving her full power over the brand. But by 2009, everything flipped upside down. Word is, Tammy allegedly switched sides and started working directly with the FBI. And here's where it gets even crazier. If Tammy was already teaming up with the feds before Meech's sentence got sliced down, everybody online is asking the same burning question. Did Meech know about it? And even wilder, was Meech quietly cooperating through Tammy without ever having to sign a thing himself? Now, some folks online are racing to say 50's so-called receipts are just old news, that they don't actually prove Meech snitched at all. But with 50 promising to drop even more documents real soon, ain't nobody ready to just look the other way. A lot of sharp-eyed fans pointed out something big. Nowhere in those so-called receipts does it flat out name Big Meech as an informant, not even once. And just because Tammy might have been cutting deals and somehow got Meech a sweet time cut, that doesn't automatically mean Meech was sitting down with the feds himself. Here's where the game gets sticky. In the feds world, an informant can actually drop info that helps somebody else's sentence get chopped down without that person even knowing what's going on. Whether the one benefiting knew about the setup or gave a green light, well, that depends on how deep the betrayal really ran. Here's how the game really plays out. The first way someone can catch a break is through a sworn affidavit or a full-on cooperation agreement. That's when an informant straight up testifies or drops statements that directly help somebody's case, and if the judge or prosecutors think the info's valuable, they might chop some time off that person's sentence. In that kind of deal, the person getting the break usually knows the score, and they gotta sign paperwork making it official. But then there's the shady side, something way more grimy called third-party cooperation, and that's where things start to get real twisted. With third-party deals, an associate, like Tammy, can slide info to the feds that either accidentally or on purpose helps someone else's case. The crazy part? The feds can still turn around and hand that person a sweet deal, even if they never sat down for a meeting, never signed anything, never even knew what was going on. That's why this whole Big Meech mess is sitting in a confusing gray zone. Technically, if Meech didn't sit down with the feds himself and didn't sign a single piece of paper, you could argue he didn't snitch. But if Tammy's little backdoor cooperation led to Meech getting a shorter sentence, it leaves a massive question hanging over everything. Did Meech know about it and give the silent nod? Or was Tammy running wild, playing both sides behind his back the whole time? Now, 50 Cent is going hard, straight up claiming that Big Meech knew exactly what was happening and even passed some sensitive info to Tammy, who then ran it straight into the feds' hands. But when you actually sit down and read the paperwork, that part ain't nearly as clear as 50 wants it to sound. And if Tammy really was out here moving solo, feeding the feds behind Meech's back, then calling Meech a snitch might just be a crazy stretch. Instead of letting it go, 50's dragging everybody into the chaos, even putting folks on blast just for not riding with him. One of the main ones he called out? Boosie! And it's all because Boosie spoke up after Lil Meech jumped into the drama himself. See, after 50 got bold online and called Big Meech a rat, throwing the whole Flannery family under the bus, Lil Meech hit 50 directly with a text. And like clockwork, that message went viral all over the internet. Lil Meech texted 50 saying, "They just told me you unfollowed me on Instagram and now you managing Skill a Baby with Rocket when I'm the one who brought him to you in the first place. You didn't even know who he was back then. Now you acting mad at me like I'm the enemy. I can't believe this, man. I always showed you nothing but love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own stuff, but I never flipped on you." And that wasn't even the end of it. Lil Meech also tried to set the record straight about his pops linking up with Rick Ross, which is what kicked off this whole messy circus to begin with. According to Lil Meech, it wasn't about loyalty or betrayal, it was strictly about cash. In his words, F. Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season kicks off. Lil Meech told everybody the internet's doing way too much, saying, "You know me, in real life, this ain't even like that." But 50? He wasn't trying to hear none of it. He clapped back cold as ice, telling Lil Meech to kiss his role on the BMF show goodbye. No warning, no second chances, just gone. 50 even fired off, "What next season? Lil Ninja, like Lil Meech's acting career, just got chopped off before it even got started." And to twist the knife even deeper, 50 jumped right back online, clowning Lil Meech for losing his role and joking that his next move would be starring on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. 50 acted like he was doing Lil Meech a favor and playing career coach at the same time, but he wasn't even close to finished. After roasting Lil Meech, 50 turned his aim straight at Rick Ross and Big Meech's parenting skills too. He dug up some old footage of Lil Meech chilling with Rick Ross's daughter, Toy Roberts, back when they used to be a thing, and used it to take slick shots at Big Meech as a father. 50 posted the clip with a messy caption asking why Rick Ross never stepped up to help Lil Meech's family out while Big Meech was locked down all those years. Then 50 threw even more dirt, writing, "Why old boy didn't look out for Meech and send him to acting school? Big screech. All your people was out here doing nothing for him. You came home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar and messed him up." But wait, it didn't stop there. 50 made sure to remind everybody he's the real reason Big Meech's family even stayed eating while Meech was behind bars. According to 50, he helped the Flannery family pull in over $5 million in legit money. Then he smacked Meech with one more low blow, writing, "It ain't my fault all that money's gone. Be real and give the baby back his jewelry." And speaking of Boosie, yeah, 50 had smoke for him too. When Boosie got asked about 50 airing out Lil Meech's texts, Boosie didn't hold back. He said he wasn't feeling how soft Lil Meech handled the situation. Boosie said flat out that if it was his pops getting dragged like that, he wouldn't have stayed calm or respectful. He would have popped off. 50 might have bailed him out every time, but now it looks like Lil Meech is done playing it nice. After all that drama, he popped up posted shoulder to shoulder with two of 50's biggest enemies, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. And that move right there, that's a message all by itself. By now, everybody knows the beef between 50 Cent and Rick Ross is deep, over a decade of shots, shade, and straight-up disrespect flying back and forth. And this whole new mess with Big Meech, it kicked off the second Meech stepped out of prison and got cozy with Ross like they'd been tight forever. And don't forget about Floyd Mayweather either. Once upon a time, him and 50 were tight, like real brothers. But that friendship crashed and burned bad over money drama and personal jabs that got way too ugly. So the fact that Lil Meech is now out here laughing it up with both of them, that ain't no casual hangout. That's a big, loud middle finger straight at 50. You already know 50 wasn't about to let that slide without clapping back. On Friday, February 21st, Lil Meech posted a photo of him chilling with Floyd and Ross, all smiles, while they kicked it at Lucky Strike Bowling Alley down in Miami the night before. And he didn't stop there. Lil Meech doubled down, dropping another pic, this time just him and Floyd, showing off the gear from Meech's Red Letter 1 clothing line. That's the same brand that once flopped, but now looks like it's crawling back to life. Lil Meech even gifted Floyd some exclusive pieces right there on the spot. And just to make sure nobody missed the shade, he threw a little extra spice in the caption, writing "Real Power," like a shot aimed straight at 50. Ross and Floyd both jumped on that call, showing Big Meech love right there on speakerphone, like they wanted to make sure 50 heard every single word loud and clear. Floyd even joked, "I'm gonna send some wings over there." That line alone said everything. 50 Cent is done with the whole Flannery family. No apologies, no fixing it, no coming back. After everything 50 did for Big Meech and Lil Meech, he feels like they flipped on him in the worst way possible. Let's not forget, 50 didn't just name drop Meech in a few songs. He built the whole BMF empire on TV, telling their story and putting them in front of millions. On top of that, he handed Lil Meech a golden ticket straight into Hollywood, putting him right at the front of the line with a major acting career ready to pop off. And after all that, Lil Meech turns around and starts hanging tough with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, two of 50's biggest enemies. That's a bold move, and 50 is making damn sure the world knows exactly how he feels about it. Now, the streets and social media are split right down the middle on this one. Some folks are saying 50's doing way too much, airing out private messages like it's reality TV, pushing a snitch label without solid proof. They're saying it looks more like ego than real facts at this point. But on the flip side, 50's Day One fans are riding for him hard. They're saying after everything he did for Meech's family, he's got every right to feel played and betrayed. This story is getting crazier by the day, and it's definitely not over yet. If you made it this far, smash that like button, subscribe for more wild updates, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.